everyone, Holly here from Speak About Speech Pathology. We're just going to do a quick video on turn taking. Now, turn taking is super important for children to learn because they have to learn how to share with their friends. In order to share, they need to know whose turn it is. Also with turn taking, it's important for them to understand how to sit back and watch someone, highlighting that it's the other person's turn. Then, when it's their turn, they will learn to develop that new skill that they've just learned. The other important reason that turn taking is so integral for kids' development is it highlights and shows early social skills. So during conversation, we take turns. I would talk and then you would talk, and then it goes back and forth into a conversation. For children to learn how to use that conversational skill, they need to understand the concept of turn taking. So to teach turn taking, I would start initially by showing the child whose turn it is. So we've got our game here, and we've got a cup. So I would physically grab the child's hand, put it on here and say, your turn, pointing to them while holding their hand to then let the car go. Then I would hold up the car and say, my turn, my turn. So I'm using that verbal cue to tell them whose turn it is. I'm also using the visual to point that it's my turn. And then I've also got the car, so I can have a turn. I would do that a few times until the child can physically pick up the car by themselves and put it on the track to have their turn. So once again, grabbing the child's hand, picking it up, putting it on, your turn, your turn. Yay, now it's my turn, my turn. After I've done this a few times, I would just wait to see if the child can pick up the car by themselves and take a turn. I would then say, yay, well done. You did your turn. Now it's my turn. Give me the car. And then the idea is that the child can give you the car for your own turn. Once the child has established the ability to take turns with you prompting them with their hand, then it's important to get them to do the turn without that physical prompt. So we would use our voice, your turn, my turn, and also our pointing, your turn, my turn, and fade that back as we go through. So once the child is doing turns by themselves and you're saying whose turn it is, your turn, my turn, we don't need to touch their hands anymore. So they would put the car on and we would say, your turn, pointing and using our voice, your turn. Then we would pick up the car, my turn, using the pointing. Once the child has learnt the skill of turn taking with the pointing and your voice, it's time to take away that next cue, which is the pointing. So ideally, we just want to be saying to the child, your turn. The child is to then pick up the car, put it on. Then we say, my turn, without the pointing. Then we expect the child to give you the car and you can have your turn as well. Once we've reached that stage and the child is able to do that turn taking with just the voice cue, we want to make sure that they can then do it without any cues. So we just wait after their turn and we expect them to give it to us, as in my turn. So the child would have their turn, then we wait and we see if the child gives it to us. If the child gives it to us, that's great. We say, yay, thank you, it's my turn now, and then have your turn down the track. If the child doesn't, we then want to go back to telling them, oh, my turn. And then they get the car, and then you get the car and you put it down the track. So with turn taking, you can use it in a lot of different situations. Toys is great. You can also do different physical activities like jumping. So you could take turns jumping on the swing. You could take turns on the swing. You can also do it with drawing. So you could share a piece of paper and the child could draw something and then it's your turn to draw something. Once the child has mastered the ability to take turns with you, it's then important to highlight the importance of sharing with others and highlighting whose turn it is that way.